I thought I would have had this up much sooner, but life has a way of making us realize planning is a futile effort once you're in my shoes. Ah well, the best laid plans of mice and men and all that. I mentioned that previously I had managed to rush and take a few samples from the recovered corpse in the construction site. I took a bone core sample and a tissue sample. While I was doing that, the coroner took a chunk from the heart in the jar, all before the bastard Fed showed up to claim the body and the other artifacts that we found upon arrival to the scene. I did not trust the usual above-board sources for these test results, so I went somewhere I knew I could trust. Trevor, the IT guy. Dude knew people in every walk of life, and with every imaginable line of work. He was able to direct me to the proper places to get my tests run, and have the results remain thorough and confidential. When the test results returned, I dragged Trevor to my office because of what the results said. They were not possible at all, but yet. Anyway, Trevor assured me that the tests were done perfectly, and the results would be spot on. That's when I slid the first of 6 envelopes to him. He removed the paper, which was an age approximation on the corpse. According to all tests, triple verified mind you, the corpse had been in the ground for 122 years, and the body was of an adult male, 38 to 44 years old, who had spent his entire life in the region. Atomic markers showed extremely low levels of all recognizable markers of modernity, i.e. radiation levels. The scans of the boy that we sent had been examined and refined with a better computer system, and now showed fucking serial numbers on the dental implants. Upon running the serial numbers, we would be told those prosthetics had not yet been built, and by current numbering systems would not be until the middle of the decade. That with the above-average customer growth, mind you. The samples from the heart matched all markers from the corpse, as did their hair sample, and the soil from the grave showed some odd results of its own. The soil carbon dated to be younger than the area it was taken from. That threw me through a major loop. But it is what it is. That's all the tests would tell us. However, there is more. The first group of Feds were labeled rogues, and therefore their mother agency would not be conducting the investigations into their deaths. That fell squarely onto our shoulders. During said investigation, we discovered a few anomalies of our own. We found that the victims had been mauled by a human, as though a human skin, from the same donor under all their nails. However, the victims had been literally shredded, limbs wrenched off, eviscerated, disemboweled, and some internal organs were never found, namely the gallbladder and the pineal gland. The scene showed no signs of struggle, aside from the obvious carnage. No stray footprints, no hair, not enough skin under the fingernails of the victims for any DNA testing. Abso-fucking-lutely nothing. The soft dirt was left undisturbed, save for the landing zone of body parts. One leg was thrown into the ground with such severe force, it buried 18 inches deep in the red clay. That's a ton of force. The entire time the crew was there at the scene for cleanup and investigation, they reported feeling as if they were being watched. One officer said he felt unwelcome, but not endangered, just strongly not welcomed. I later went to the site, before the small cinderblock building was erected, and left a little token of my appreciation to whatever that Native American thing was. I brought all the sample tissue that hadn't been destroyed and buried it in the tree line. Before I left, I swear I heard chanting and skin drums carried upon the gentle mountain breeze. It was a very calming feeling. I'm sorry this one was so short. I just want to get the final updates to this piece out there. Let you all know how it ended. As always, the Sheriff.